here's a story time for y'all. Anyone who works in retail service or retail or customer service or any of those know that Karens exist and Karens suck. My mouse is on the screen. Oopsies. And you'll occasionally have one of those people who come to your store. Of course, you won't know it until then, but the most recent Karen story I have for y'all. So let me set the scene. Every week on 2 separate days, obviously they're like as furthest away, but as close away as possible. So that way, we can still have our stuff. So that way our store continues to be a store. Literally anything. Store, like chips, vodka, tobacco products, all of it. So I'll name the one guy Truck Coon and the other guy Polly. And my coworker, who I'll name Barb for this, usually puts away the stuff when Truck Coon and Polly bring the stuff in. Truck Coon is her boyfriend, I guess. Okay, as that is happening, so Truck pulls in, Barb starts putting everything away. And in the back, I just assume that they're out having a baby, the first company baby. But I don't know that. I don't know for sure. They're just busy, and Polly's just doing whatever. I'm stuck at the register. I don't care, because register is possibly my favorite thing to do, because it's just the same thing over and over again. Hi, did you have a rewards card? Okay, that'll be this total for you. Have a great day, that kind of stuff. This woman comes up to my register, and she's carrying a gallon of milk and some cosmic brownies. She looked a little young. And I was, I greeted her like usual. Hi, is this it for you today? And she asks for 2 packs of Marlboro Light shorts. So I go to grab them, and I ask her for ID. She's like, oh, I probably don't have it. I'll just give you my date of birth instead. She gives me her date of birth. I have to tell her, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I must have your ID when I ask. That's just law. And she starts saying, probably your mom anyway. Or I'm probably old enough to be your mom anyway. Okay. And that's exactly what I said, but not in that tone. Obviously, I'm like, oh, okay. So is that it for you today? And she goes ballistic on me. She starts screaming at me. Okay, I'm not upset because you ID'd me, but I'm upset because you're giving me attitude. I give you attitude? That is literally what I responded to her, and that made her even more angry. She's like, yeah, you were all your eyes at me, and you were like giving me attitude, so I'm getting out of here. And she starts turning away, and I'm like, excuse me? Like, I was a little confused, but I said that out loud because I have a habit of speaking out loud. And she hears it, but she thinks I called her a bitch instead of saying excuse me. So she turns around, she's like, okay, Hamika, I'm going to get you fired, and I'm going to go complain to corporate, and I'm going to tell you all these things about how you're giving me attitude and all that. I'm like, wait, what? Around that stuff, she starts screaming at me. I'm just standing there shocked. I don't know what to say because she's going a little crazy. And my coworker, Barb, walks around the corner to see what's up. And Truck Coon turns around the corner because, obviously, he follows wherever she does. And they're just watching this interaction happen. And as this woman is walking away out the door at this point, another customer walks up to me at that time. And he turns around and screams to the woman, yo, you got a flat ass, but I like it, no, it's sexy. He's basically catcalling her. He's catcalling her and like specifically saying that she had a flat ass, not a fat ass, a flat ass. So Barb, Truck Coon, and Polly pulls up, and we all start laughing because you know, technically I wouldn't laugh to a cat call, but that's pretty funny, especially to a Karen. And the Karen hears us all yelling at it, or hears us all laughing at what he said to her as she was leaving. And she hears it through the door. So she comes back inside and she starts screaming, "Okay, Hibika, I don't want to hear you giving us attitude and you're disrespecting me with your fat ass and your fucking fat stomach and your greasy ass hair buns." Okay. And now you're going for the way that I looked for that? Didn't disrespect you, ma'am. We were just laughing at what he said, was what Barb commented. And obviously, like, she was upset. I don't know who pissed in her cereal, but she was not enjoying that cereal. And she leaves the door again, or she leaves at the door again, and she almost comes back in for a third time after hearing us laugh about it again. But as she's leaving out the door, the customer goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you, ma'am. I was just saying that I would totally hit that." Again. She never complained to corporate, but so the way that this location is, so this is one district we'll just call N. And the clothes she was wearing is that from a different area, which I'll call S. And my guess is that she's a teacher in that area. So if I complain to the school board after I find out who she is, I can get her fired, because no teacher should be calling people names like that. She should totally not have a job after being, like, not after doing that. Like, imagine her with kids if that's how she treated another person who worked at customer service. She should not be a teacher if she is a teacher. Fucking crazy ass earbuds. Dude, I wash my hair every day. It cannot be greasy. I hope you enjoy that Karen story time, because I know I did for like a good week.